and starts beating up her. Ms. Lopez, you're the defendant. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. So you're making it worse on yourself that you're assaulting people in front of kids? No. Mr. Azicki, tell your client to not talk, please. It's 250941 SM, the People versus Jessica Jezerski Glass.
Imagine this. You show up for a custody exchange, and instead
Morning,
of
I'm
tense
James
but
Guzek,
civil
yeah,
handoff,
Judge
fists start flying at grandma. The judge isn't just shocked, he's disgusted. Question for you. Should violent behavior at a custody exchange
Could Andrew plead guilty of having contact with
Jezerski Glass. Here, why does that have probation?
Morning, I'm James Guzek, on behalf of Mr. Jezerski. She's had the opportunity to go over her rights to rights form. She signed it, has no questions. Could Andrew plead guilty of having contact with Mr. Godot, and then we're asking if we can address the court prior to sentencing.
All right, ma'am, can you tell me your first and last name?
Jessica Jezerski.
All right, did you go over this probation violation arraignment and advice of rights form?
I did.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes.
And did you sign and date the back of that?
I did.
And you understand, ma'am, that if you enter a plea of guilty, you'll be waiving the hearing rights listed on this form. We're not going to have a hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And you've had a chance to discuss that with your attorney?
Yes.
And you understand there's a allegation you failed to comply with the no contact order. That's a non-technical violation. So I could give you the maximum possible jail time on this offense, which would be 93 days. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Are you going to speak up for my court report?
All right, let's break this down. She's pleading guilty to violating a no-contact order. In plain English, the judge said, don't talk to this guy, and she did it anyway. Judges take that personally. It's not just about disobeying the law. It's about disobeying them. Maximum jail time here, 93 days.
I understand.
All right, knowing all of that, ma'am, how do you plead to the allegation you failed to comply with the no contact order?
Guilty.
Has anyone forced you, threatened you, or promised you anything to get you to plea?
No.
All right, I'll accept the plea. Mr. Guzicki?
Yeah, I think obviously the court is well aware of this situation and that of the complaining witness in this matter. Mr. Jezerski, she's been under doctor's care for many psychological things, and Mr. Verdug's taken advantage. He's had contact with her, and although it's her fault, or she should not be talking to him, she's obviously, he's manipulative, and she falls into the trap every time. There's not much else I can really say, Your Honor. I'm just asking if there's an alternative to 5 days in jail. As I indicated, court's aware of both parties in this case.
I am.
Yeah, and I just wish the court would take that knowledge into consideration.
Ms. Wagaman, anything?
The only thing that I have, Judge, is that I did call Ms. Jezerski directly before the last contact reported to me.
That's what's so infuriating and frustrating about this.
Correct. And then they had a phone conversation discussing the conversation that I had with Jessica to never contact him, hang up if he calls you, do not respond or react to any text messages. And not even 2 hours later, I got word that she talked to him.
Here's the thing, ma'am. Mr. Verdu is going to use the criminal justice system to harass you and to punish you. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He's going to, because he's consistently done it. Here's the thing, though. You're on probation. You had a court order, and in that order I said you can't have contact with him. And I'm going to refresh your memory. Last time we were here, or the time before, when I learned that you had a VOP for contact with him. And then I was given a stack like this of the two of you going back and forth, where he was verbally harassing you, abusing you. I mean, the whole thing was disgusting. The entire thread of messages was disgusting, but you kept taking the bait. When you did that, I had a really long lecture, ma'am. And in that lecture, I told you, I can't make him. There are things you can do, and it looks like you've done it, At this point, I can't make him not contact you, but I can make you not contact him. And what'd you do? He starts using the criminal justice system again. He contacts you all the time, but you respond and you don't do what he wants, and he goes to your PO, right?
Yeah.
So he goes to your PO and provides some evidence that you have had contact with him, right? And then she calls you and your PO tells you, do not have contact with him. The judge has ordered you on. We'd already been to court once on it. Do not contact this man. And you immediately put a call into him and started talking about your call with Miss Wagaman. And of course, Mr. Verdude got what he wanted because he recorded that call and turned it over to your PO. So not only are you, listen, I'm not justifying, I think it's clear his behavior in this case, but you are under court order to have no contact. And the one thing, if it would have been this back and forth, we would have looked at it. But when I have a probation officer call a defendant and say, hey, remember, you can't talk to him, period. And the first thing you do is get off the phone and call him. Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going when you outright violate a court order like that?
Yeah.
That's right. Ding, ding, winner, 5 days jail. That's where you're going. And I hope you learn something from this, because whatever's going on between the two of you is, quite frankly, insane. And if you have any contact with this man, you're out of your mind. Because anytime you contact him, he just turns around and tells Aaron and you go to jail. And the only thing I think is going to break this cycle in your mind where you understand what no contact means is if I send you to county. That's it. That's all. That's the only thing that's going to work. Everything else I've tried lecturing you. Aaron's talked to you. I have literally put it in a court order and you violated the order. Not once, but twice. And probably many, many, many more times. So you're going.
They stole something to jail.
Okay, you're going to jail. You had a choice. And the fact I have a recorded call, that Miss Wagaman received a recorded call of you calling him right after she told you not to, there's no choice. I have no choice. You're going to jail 5 days, Wayne County Jail. And when you get out, you talk to Aaron and you do not talk to Mr. Verdude, because if you do, next time I'll put you in for 10. And he's going to bait you, and you know it. We're set. Are we having more problems?
Yeah, it's not.
All right, and I have Ms. Lopez in here. Okay, this is 252910 FM, the state of Michigan versus Nicole Lopez.
Morning, Your Honor. James Gizicki on behalf of Ms. Lopez.
Morning, Your Honor. On behalf of the people.
This matter is set for a pretrial. Bond was set on the 22nd by Judge McNally for $4,000.
Okay, so first and foremost, so we'll set a settlement date for, we'll set a settlement conference. And do you already have discovery?
The process of sending out discovery.
Okay. All right, go ahead on bond.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe Judge McNally on the 22nd set bond at $4,000. I'm asking the court for a personal bond. Ms. Lopez does not reside in the state of Michigan. She resides that she takes care of. Obviously, being incarcerated is going to jeopardize her employment. But the fact is that she has no business to be in Taylor now. She does live in Toledo, and I don't think she'll be a threat to either the complainants in this case or even a flight risk.
Your Honor, on behalf of the people, I'm going to object to any modification of the bond. The complaining witnesses are here. I did speak to them, one of them being the father.
The president of the courtroom?
Yes. One of them being the father of the children, and that she has children in common with, and the other one being his mother, who is 77 years old. She did receive medical attention for the injuries that she received from the incident in question, and they are very opposed to any modification as they don't feel safe. They do still do exchanges for the children, I believe, every weekend, and they are in fear of physical passing.
She has history. I mean, she's
Not from what I know, but there is a history of violence between with the complaining witnesses here, and that's why they are very different.
Boy.
Mr. Gazicki, anything in response to that? The 1-year misdemeanor.
I understand. Your Honor.
And if we're setting a court date, how far out am I setting a court date if she's in custody on a misdemeanor charge? And I'm not negating the allegations or minimizing them, but she's in custody on a $4,000 bond. It's not like she's in on $100,000, right?
I understand, Your Honor.
And she's got, from what I see, she's got a traffic warrant. But I mean, the allegations are that she beat up an elderly woman with all the.
Wait a second, just assaulting people in front of kids. Yikes, that's not just a bad look, that's courtroom suicide. What do you think, Sold? Bringing children into violent situations make a sentence harsher?
And then for the second charge of domestic violence for Jason, she has children.
What kind of grown-ups behave like this? Like these allegations, like I can't imagine like Ms. Kopaz like being a normal adult woman, and the allegation she goes to a parenting time exchange and starts beating up her ex's mother, an elderly woman. I mean, what is going on?
In front of my children at that.
Ms. Kopaz, you're the defendant. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. So you're making it worse on yourself that you're assaulting people in front of kids?
No.
Mr. Gazicki, tell your client to not talk, please. Ms. Kopaz, do not talk. You are not helping yourself. It's $4,000, 10%.
I think, I know it was $4,000. I applauded when I seen that.
It's $4,000, 10% bond. It's $400.
Right.
I'm not converting that. That's a reasonable bond. That's a low bond. I thought it was a $4,000 cash bond. It's $4,000, 10% bond. I mean, nobody's going to post I'll convert it. Here's the thing. Someone's going to post $400 for it. So then she gets out on $400. The alternative is I can convert it to a personal bond because at some point someone's going to post $400 and I can give her a GPS tether. And if she's on a GPS tether, I can make sure she doesn't come near you, because if she comes near the complainants with the GPS tether on, she's going right back to county. Does that make sense? Right now, the way this bond is set, it's just $400. Anyone can post it for her and she's out. So I'd rather have her had a GPS tether on.
And I would just like to make sure that that no contact order is set.
Oh, of course it is. She can't come near them.
And I would object to any modification.
All right, so you don't, okay, no modifications, bond will stay as it is. I'm not gonna keep her in custody. If you're objecting to any modification, I'm not modifying it. I'm fine with that. $4,000, 10% bond, all the no contact provisions stay in place. We'll set a settlement conference. You don't think it's better for your victims for her to have a GPS on? I don't know. All right, I'm done. Mr. Riggin.